Hey guys, welcome to video lesson number 4, no-fail injury prevention. This is a topic that often gets overlooked in most people's programs, but it's actually incredibly important to take into consideration if you want to keep your program running as smoothly as possible. Remember, anytime you perform a weight training or cardio session at the gym, it's not just your muscles that are being stressed. Your joints and your connective tissues also take a big hit as well, and that stress can definitely add up over time if you don't take the proper precautions. Trust me, an injury is the absolute last thing you could ever hope for, as it will stop your program dead in its tracks, and some injuries can keep you on the sidelines for weeks, months, possibly even years if you don't get them treated properly. In this video lesson, I'm going to be outlining 8 simple, practical steps that you can start implementing right away into your weight training and cardio program to minimize your risk for injury and to keep your joints and connective tissues as healthy as possible. Most of these pointers will apply to weight training, since weight training carries the highest risk for injury, but I'll also include a few cardio pointers as well. Let's get started. Simply put, a proper warm-up is the single most important step you can take in order to minimize your risk for injury. A proper warm-up is going to help to lubricate your joints, it's going to help to move blood into the surrounding connective tissue, it's going to increase your muscle nerve contractions, and it's going to prepare your mind and your body for the heavy weights to come. A proper warm-up should consist of about 5 minutes of light cardiovascular activity, followed by 3 to 5 easy warm-up sets for the first major compound exercise of your workout. Please don't neglect the warm-up process. It's a brief, simple procedure and will go a long way in decreasing your chances for injury. Those who don't warm up are just asking for trouble. It only takes about 15 to 20 minutes to complete, but it could save you months or even years of training downtime because you tore a rotator cuff or strained your lower back. This should go without saying. Every set that you perform in the gym should be done using proper form and technique. And before you perform any exercise, you should always make sure that you understand the proper form first. This is especially true for big, basic compound exercises like squats and deadlifts, because on these exercises you'll be lifting the greatest amount of weight, and they're also the most complicated from a mechanical standpoint. Consistently lifting weights with incorrect technique will almost surely catch up to you in the long run. The Total Body Fitness Formula package includes a full exercise database that includes streaming online videos and written descriptions for over 100 of the most effective weightlifting exercises out there. So you'll definitely want to make sure that you've made your way through that database before you begin performing the exercises at the gym. And this is especially true if you're a beginner, because you don't want to develop any bad habits right from the start. Most of the exercises are pretty straightforward and you can learn them almost immediately, but some of them are a little bit more complicated and can take a few weeks for you to fully learn. When I talk about training intensely, I'm talking about training with weights that are intense for you. When you go to the gym, you don't need to be concerning yourself with what the person next to you is lifting. Building muscle and burning fat is a personal battle, and if you start letting your ego get in the way and concerning yourself too much with what everybody around you is doing, your mental focus will definitely get off track. It doesn't matter if your training partner can bench press more than you. Everybody has to start somewhere, and as long as you focus on training hard and progressing a little bit each week, the weights that you lift will climb up faster than you think. If you can only bench press the weight of the bar right now, so be it. Focus on progression, train hard, and the rest will take care of itself. As you're already aware from previous lessons, if you want to stimulate your muscles in the gym to any reasonable degree, then you have to train with a high level of intensity. Training with a high level of intensity is the only way to ensure that your muscles are fully overloaded and that they will adapt to the stress that you've presented them with. However, it's extremely important that you make sure to keep this within certain limits. The absolute hardest that you should ever train in the gym is to the point of concentric muscular failure, which is the point in the set where you cannot execute any additional reps using proper form despite your best efforts. So as soon as that barbell or dumbbell stops moving or your form slips even just a little bit, it's time to put the weight down and end the set. You don't need to perform any slow negatives or assisted reps, as these methods are just begging to get you hurt. Train hard, but more importantly, train smart.